우와! 랑크르다!
Did you know there were hundreds of thousands or even millions of abandoned cars are hidden in some of the most unimaginable places? These luxury vehicles are left to rot in deserts, forgotten in parking garages, or stranded after accidents. Their owners moving on and leaving them behind. In today's video, we will uncover the unbelievable story of the world's most mysterious abandoned cars. What might await explorers in an abandoned funeral home? At the very least, an unexpected collection of cars. Next to the building once stood a dealership, and while the owner bought the property to store vehicles, they weren't properly secured, leaving them vulnerable to vandals. The potential profit lost is almost unimaginable. A stunning Ferrari like this, 328 GTs, can draw exceptionally high bids, often reaching into the hundreds of thousands thanks to its legendary design and reputation as one of the most reliable Ferraris ever made. Though its owner has sadly passed away and the car now sits in rough condition, its 5-speed manual transmission and 270 horsepower engine will hopefully still have plenty of life left to give. This high-class Italian Maserati, once a symbol of luxury, now sits abandoned in San Francisco. Even more shocking, someone has vandalized its sunroof, leaving the car looking both neglected and mistreated.
Here's what I've been talking about. Yeah. Gotta work my way in, I guess. Here's a Mercedes. This is something, but Brabus edition. This weird Toyota that I've never seen in my life. Porsche there at the back, and there's a few more Porsches and like a few Bentleys, and there's I'm kind of scared, but there's this red car. Okay, it's not a Ferrari F40. I was wrong.
A guy in Malaysia stumbled upon an abandoned mansion filled with dusty luxury cars, ornate furnitures, and forgotten valuable items. The once grand home, frozen in time, offered a glimpse into a mysteriously lavish past, now left to gather dust. This Lamborghini Miura spent more than 25 years asleep, left untouched after its owner parked it in 1988, intending to replace the brakes, but never returning due to health issues and other circumstances. Eventually, a distant relative inherited the car and brought it back to life, even showcasing it at exhibitions. Its restoration was intentionally done to preserve its imperfections and signs of wear, authentic details that tell its story. With proper care, this historic Miura could one day fetch a price in the millions. A man opened an old barn and discovered an astonishing treasure, a 1964 Jaguar E-Type. After spending about 40 years in rough, neglected conditions, the incredibly rare classic still fetched $98,800 at auction, with only 1798 ever produced. It was truly an extraordinary find.
とりあえず向かっていきたいと思います。何これ？なんで車こんなところにあるの？なんでこんなところに捨てていったんだろう。バリッバリにされてる。だいぶもう年月が経ってそうですね。キュインって鹿さんかな。車すごいですよね。長い年月をかけてこんな風になっちゃったんですね。ドアが閉まってる。開くのかな。タイヤも埋まっちゃってますね。開けた形跡がある。お、いた。
While exploring a remote part of the woods in Japan, two men stumbled upon something truly peculiar, an abandoned car completely covered in algae, as if nature itself had claimed it over the years. Intrigued, they approached the vehicle, curious about its mysterious presence in the forest. But the situation quickly turned shocking. When they attempted to open the car's back door, a body suddenly fell out, sending them into a panic. Heart racing and mind spinning, they braced for the worst. Only to discover it was nothing more than a prank. Though it certainly gave them a scare, the so-called body was nothing more than a cleverly placed prop, leaving the men laughing nervously at their own jumpiness, while marveling at the lengths someone had gone to create such a convincing scare. A PE teacher unexpectedly uncovered a World War II-era car graveyard hidden in an old quarry, an unbelievable story that turned out to be true. The theory is that the quarry was used to hide vehicles from German soldiers, leaving Citroëns, Renaults, Peugeots, and others abandoned for nearly 80 years. That forgotten fleet was finally rediscovered in 2016 by Vincent Michet, a PE teacher, researcher, and photographer. Though time has heavily damaged the cars, their historical significance remains far more valuable than anything they could fetch at auction. The creator of this video believes he's found the dirtiest Porsche 911 in the USA car that hasn't been washed in 30 years. The interior is a disaster, with mold and spiders being the least of its issues. But this neglected 911 is finally on the road to recovery. A new owner purchased it for just $3,700 and is determined to bring it back to life. And it's not only an exciting restoration project. Once properly maintained, a classic 911 can sell for many times that price. Would you consider restoring a 1987 Cadillac Broom? Its value in good condition isn't particularly high, around $18,000. But it has that unmistakable 80s charm. Something hard to find in today's more uniform designs. The year is 2017 in Leipzig, Germany. An unusual car is being pulled from a canal after nearly 25 years underwater. Experts determined its age from the East German license plates, but the interior proved even more intriguing than the exterior, complete with a first aid kit, but no ignition lock. Stolen, perhaps. Either way, this long submerged discovery certainly gave the local police some extra work. It's hard to imagine hundreds of thousands of dollars being left to rot, but it happens more often than you'd think. Here sits an Aventador worth nearly $500,000, abandoned alongside several other neglected Lamborghinis. Together, they form a shocking reminder of how even the most valuable supercars can be forgotten. The Mercedes-Benz S550 4MATIC was made to roar down the Autobahn, not sit abandoned. No wonder it looks so downcast. For reference, a 2025 model costs around $118,000, making its neglected state all the more striking. The car on the right may be a Ferrari 512M, but the real star is on the left, a Lamborghini Countach 25th Anniversary Edition. With fewer than 700 ever produced, this Italian masterpiece is a massive and highly valuable rarity, carefully wrapped in protective film. If brought to auction, this Countach could easily fetch more than $425,000. A collection of abandoned cars like this could be gathered in just a few weeks of walking around Dubai, where luxury vehicles are surprisingly common sights on the roadside. And if someone were to sell them all, you have to wonder, how many alpine chalets could you buy with the money they'd bring in? We're on the Pacific island of Saipan, admiring an M4 Sherman tank that saw action in the island battles during World War II. It has sat near a local beach ever since, a silent reminder of history. And who knows, if restored, a tank like this could fetch several $100,000 at auction. The Bentley Arnage is the definition of elegance in motion, yet even at rest, it exudes a regal presence. With proper care, this timeless luxury car can hold its value and even exceed $70,000. According to the creator of this video, this sport fishing boat is worth a staggering $500,000. It's heartbreaking to see it in such a neglected state, and even more daunting to consider the costs of restoring, maintaining, and storing it afterward. The Ferrari Testarossa is one of the Italian brand's most successful models, with around 10,000 ever produced, yet not every owner treats this $150,000 classic with the respect it deserves. Much like this faded and dirty, yet still impressive, BMW E30. Another German car, a Mercedes-Benz CLK, was abandoned right next to this building. One has to wonder if the neighbors ever ask what happened to it, as tens of thousands of dollars sit neglected right outside their windows. Upon its debut, the Ferrari 456 GT was showered with praise from both the press and eager buyers, it quickly earning a reputation as a worthy continuation of Ferrari's grand touring legacy. All of that acclaim makes it even more painful to see one in poorer condition today, especially knowing that enthusiasts would still eagerly pay around $90,000 for this Italian beauty. The two-door Rolls-Royce Corniche is legendary, so much so that one version even raced in the Dakar Rally. It's hard to fathom how such an incredible car could end up in such a pitiful state. The creator of this video reports that this Rolls-Royce Escalade was left abandoned on the street. Just like that, another piece of automotive history slips away, lost to neglect. In this worn-out Rover 800, the only thing still working is its quirky cat-shaped alarm, a tiny, oddly charming survivor of the car's former glory. Just a normal day biking, until you stumble upon a crashed helicopter, an unexpected jaw-dropping sight that turns an ordinary ride into a story you won't forget. This captivating tourist attraction in Iceland is the wreckage of a U.S. Navy Douglas DC-3, which made an emergency landing in 1973. Theories range from fuel shortage to mechanical failure, but the crew emerged unharmed. Today, the aircraft, estimated to be worth $1.5 million, remains where it fell, continuing to fascinate visitors from around the world. This Boeing CH-47 Chinook has been given a remarkable new lease on life, transformed from a military helicopter into a unique home that can comfortably sleep 6 people. Staying in it is quite an experience, especially when you consider that the aircraft once cost as much as several dozen apartments in Berlin. Meet the MX-30, France's former main battle tank. Though sadly, this one has long since lost its own battle against nature. The Honda Civic EG6 isn't an expensive car. You can pick one up for around $14,000, but that's no excuse to let it fall into this state. According to the creator of the video, this one has been abandoned for an entire decade. The This warehouse is filled with all kinds of vehicles waiting to be auctioned, including special units once used by firefighters and paramedics. It even makes you wonder, have you ever dreamed of owning an ambulance?